Hey guys, what's going on? It's Braylon and welcome back to my channel and welcome to my second full moon in Libra messages. I was not sure if I was going to record a second full moon in Libra, but I feel like it's important. I think it's extremely significant that we're having two full moons in Libra this year. Very rare. And of course, I had to come on here and, elaborate on what we've been going through over the last month. The last full moon in Libra was on March 20th, and it was at 0 degrees Libra. I'm sure those of you guys who are into astrology are hearing a lot of astrologers talking about this double full moon in Libra, how the first one was at 0 degrees, the first degree of a sign, and then the one we had last night, what was early this morning. So I am recording this video after the full moon in Libra. So we're gonna just see what because the full moons last, they're 6 month cycles until the new moon in Libra, 6 months from now in Libra season. And then we have obviously a whole full moon cycle of this full moon in Libra until next month when there's a full moon in Scorpio. So there's definitely cycles to consider here, you guys, and I'm going to record these messages. As I was saying, the second full moon in Libra happened in Michigan, where I'm from. It happened around 8 a.m. at 29 degrees Libra, which is a very 0 degrees and 29 degrees, very important degrees to have for full moons. I believe the last full moon we had was the last full moon at 0 degrees. We've had the last full moon, the last like 5 full moons have been at 0 degrees, you guys, meaning that we're really dealing with cusp energies. The full moon in Libra last night or early this morning was on the cusp of Scorpio energy. So we want to consider that the cusp of Libra and Scorpio is the cusp of drama and criticism. So, this full moon can definitely feature a little bit of that. As I record this, the moon is in Scorpio. So I do expect some of these very deep energies to come up as far as what we're feeling with this full moon and what's being illuminated, you guys. I do have some notes, but I don't have very many notes. I kind of just want to be intuitive about this and just speak the truth, which is a thing coming up for Libra full moon anyway. So for those of you who did not get a chance to see my last video on March 20th for the Libra full moon, I will post a link in the description of this video. I think it would be very interesting to see and compare the messages that we got on March 20th for the first phase of this full moon, and then to compare it with these messages that we're getting for part 2, okay? So if you're interested in that, the link will be somewhere in the comments or in the description box so that you guys can compare. And yeah, for those of you who did not watch that full moon video, Libra is the 7th house of our universe. So Libras actually represent the relationships that we have with other people in the partnerships. Not to be confused with just romantic relationships. Libra is the judge and jury of all relationships. The relationship we have with ourselves, the relationship we have with our coworkers, our friends, our children and siblings and family relationships. There's a lot to be balanced there, and that is why Libra also rules balance. Libra is the only zodiac sign that is not represented by a living, heart-beating thing. Pisces is the fish, Virgo is the virgin, Geminis are the twins, okay? Everyone has an animal or something that's alive, and Libra is very significant because it is the only sign that is ruled by an object. And that's because, I feel like that's a huge metaphor, and it's a huge symbol for how detached justice really has to be. I've been hearing a lot about Libra energy with all the different videos and astrologers I've been watching. And one of the things that I've been hearing chatter about, literal chatter, is how indecisive Libra is. Libra is a dual sign, just like Gemini and just like Pisces. So I, as a Pisces, understand literally being two different people. And we have to give Libra credit because they are opposing Aries. Libra is the opposite of Aries. So, I wanted to give a shout out to all the Libras out there. You guys survived 2 full moons in your first house. And I know that there's a lot of heavy decisions coming up for you guys during this cycle. So, there is that to consider, you guys. Certain decisions, and to me, the reason why decisions are so hard for Libra is because they're literally a judge and jury. So it takes a little while for a jury to rule. It takes a little while for a jury. I mean, if I'm correct about this, I don't know much about actual physical court, but we are dealing with spiritual metaphorical court here in the cosmos. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure the jury actually has to like go away for a few hours and talk and discuss, because it has to be fair. And I think that's why Libra struggles with making decisions, because they are always considering, you know, what this other person might want. What is it? What would be most fair and balanced for both? Do I really have to choose one, or can we all win here? You know, that's kind of difficult for Libra to have that jury side of them that wants to be fair and non-biased, and then that judge that will slam down the gavel quickly and say, you know, order in the courtroom. Like, I'm loving incorporating all these courtroom sayings and stuff like that. So this is very much about the justice system. Some of you guys could be dealing with the justice system. I know a few people who have reached out to me are actually going through court battles. They're seeing judges. They're just going through things like that. And I've had to remind them, you know, this is a Libra full moon. Libra deals with the law. So it's really interesting, some of the court stuff I've seen come up between the last month, March 20th, and now April 19th. We're still under this full moon energy, you guys. The full moon happened so early today. I think we're going to be feeling it throughout this Scorpio, especially because it was on the cusp. It was kind of a Scorpio full moon as well. So we will be feeling this, okay? The fact that there's 2 Libra full moons, I've been really contemplating about this. And, you know, I know scientifically and logically it's because the sun is not shifting into a new sign before the moon has reached the full place again. We almost had a double Virgo full moon because of that. I remember feeling that energy when it was at the end of Pisces season. I'm like, oh my God, the moon and the sun are about to directly oppose again. But just before the moon in Virgo directly opposed the sun in Pisces, boop, the sun moved into Aries. So it makes sense that a month later, we had a full moon in Aries, a full moon in Libra at the beginning of the spring equinox. And then, you know, a month later, we had another full moon in Libra because the sun was at 29 degrees Aries and the moon was at 29 degrees Libra. So that is a direct opposition. So I understand it in that way, but I'm a Pisces. I like to think deeper about things. And I just think that this is symbolic for a cycle completing within a cycle. So we're in this weird phase right now where there are old cycles completing and literally being voided out. Karmic contracts, a lot of stuff about relationships here, okay? The relationships we have with certain contracts we're signing, stuff like that. This is literally the law of our relationships, okay? Completing a cycle within a cycle in the name of balance and in the name of harmony. Because sometimes certain things, just the same as our laws, well, I hope, I'm not political at all, but with this energy, you know, some things become outdated. And I do think that's why it's important to kind of, you know, move with the times. And as we grow and stuff like that, things do, you know, they tend to teeter and stuff like that. So I love this Libra energy because it puts things back at fairness and justice. And with this full moon in Libra, the moon is symbolic for our innermost emotions, what we hide, our subconscious, our soul, our dreams. The moon rules all those things. It even rules the tide of our ocean. And when the moon is full, you know, we can tend to see an intensity and an heightened level of our emotion. This is bringing illumination to the emotions in our relationship, the balance or lack thereof in our relationships. Okay, so I made a post on my Instagram last night where I channeled something that said there is a way to allow our emotions that we feel in our relationships to be illuminated without compromising or opposing the awareness of who we are. That's why Aries and Libra are opposite. Also because Aries is ruled by Mars, Libra is ruled by Venus. So there is this masculine, feminine energy that we're kind of closing out. We're very close to Taurus season, guys. The sun will be moving into Taurus very soon, but the last month has really been this love and war and, you know, the balance, okay? So I'm really interested to see what's going to come up in the cards. I'm just going to let whatever come out that needs to come out because I think this does have a huge focus on relationships. Even those of you guys who are single, divorced, like, Libra energy really does make us to take a hard, detached, logical, intellectual look at our relationships. What are the facts about what you feel? You know, it's not about getting super deep and elusive and not making sense. Like, this is a very, very sharp, literally sharp energy, speaking the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you. And yeah, so I'm just going to try to be intellectual about this, and not necessarily straightforward, but you know, I'm just going to flow with it and see what the messages are. It might have a lot, there might be some relationships stuff that comes up, guys. So I did shuffle the cards very, very thoroughly and very patiently before this reading, because I do want the cards to say exactly what they need to say. But this King of Swords has made himself very known during this shuffle for me. So the underlying energy, the pre-shuffle energy that this moon or that we all could benefit from is the King of Swords, which is my Libra man card. It could be Aquarius man, Gemini man, but it's the air sign masculine energy. So the King of Swords, you know, he's known for being kind of cold because he doesn't really find humor or benefit in emotions that just, you know, to the King of Swords, emotions kind of throw him off. They kind of evade the logic and the fact. When you deal with emotions, it can sway you a little bit. It does wash away a little bit of that factual information in your mind. So yeah, the King of Swords is a perfect energy to come up for the full moon in Libra. I feel like the Leo King may have pulled the King of Swords for his Libra full moon message as well. So that makes sense that all across the board there is this King of Swords energy. We'll take a peek behind him just to see. We have the Knight of Swords. We have a Gemini as well. So this is definitely an air energy for sure. I've been seeing this combination, the King of Swords and the Knight of Swords. You know, I think this full moon is going to have us all wanting to rush forward towards the truth. Now, there is a difference. I want to talk here briefly before we get into the cards for everybody. There's a difference between the King and the Knight of Swords. The King of Swords is more patient mentally. He's mastered. This is a master. This is about mastering our mind, mastering the truth, because he's a king. So he has mastered intellect. He's a good speaker. He's a good communicator. There is a lot of communication coming up here. So this is someone who's mastered the art of speaking and thinking and communicating, knowing what to say and what not to say, and knowing how to kind of operate through the truth. Knight of Swords is also that way. This is still a sword. This is kind of like a Libra and a Gemini here, or an Aquarius and a Gemini. Definitely Gemini here with my Knight of Swords card, but he's a lot quicker. This is a different kind of energy. He moves a lot faster than the King of Swords. The King of Swords will sit with what he has to say first. That's the master of it all. He'll wait a little bit more. He'll ponder in his thoughts a little bit more because he's kind of mastered that energy. The Knight of Swords is not really known to do that because he's more on a quest. This is about being on a quest for truth, you guys. This is the same person basically, but very two different parts of someone's mind, right? This is the part of our mind that knows the truth and is probably sitting with the truth. This is what we want to do with the truth. You know, we want to go on a quest to find this truth or to find more about this truth, the facts. Very quick, kind of a battle here. It might be a mental battle some of us are going through. A lot of words that are going to be spoken with this Libra full moon, especially now that Mercury's in Aries and not Pisces, you know. So yeah, this is the difference between sitting with what you know and going and doing something about what you know, charging right in without worrying about consequences. The Knight of Swords is very quick. He makes his mind up very quick. There might be a truth that comes in with this full moon, you guys, that we have to act quick. There's something that we need to say. So it's up to us what we do with those energies, okay? So let me just scoot up here and get ready to go through these signs with you guys. So I just want to set the intent, call upon Libra energy in the universe and air energy to help me with these very intellectual messages and any other supporting energies for the 12 zodiac signs as I pull these cards in favor of the Libra full moon part 2 on April 19th, 2019. What is it that the 12 zodiac signs need to know? The best guidance, please. Thank you, Spirit. So we are going to start with Aries because Aries is the first zodiac sign, you guys. Happy birthday, Aries. I hope all of you guys had great birthdays. This Libra full moon part 2 is in your 7th house again. You guys have survived 2 full moons in your 7th house. So I feel like A lot of Aries out there are going through cycles within cycles in their relationships, okay? I wouldn't be surprised if some of you guys are starting new relationships or completing old cycles with old relationships, stuff like that. All relationships, Aries, the relationships with family members, romantic relationships, relationships with your coworkers, and the relationship with yourself. So let's go ahead and see what the message is for you, Aries. And we had a card come out immediately, and it's very interesting. So, I don't know if you guys saw that on camera or not, but we had the Queen of Swords just swiftly coming out for you, Aries. This is a Libra woman, a Gemini woman, a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius woman. It doesn't have to be, but this is a woman of intellect, okay? If this is not an air sign woman that's somehow, you know, this could be an energy that some of you guys are taking on as well. This very truthful energy, it makes sense because this is the energy that you're in a relationship with on the zodiac wheel. Very important that you're speaking your truth in your relationships, Aries, the truth about what you feel. And I feel like this is about you speaking up about who you are, the things that, you know, the facts about who you are and what you feel. And yeah, it has more to do with you, I'm feeling, okay? Seriously. And this is basically for all you Aries, there's just something you're thinking or some kind of conversation of truth that needs to take place with someone or maybe even with yourself for those of you who are single. Queen of Swords is just like that King of Swords we talked about at the beginning of my video for those of you who are watching on YouTube. The beginning of my video had the King of Swords. This is the counterpart to the message we're all getting. So we got some masculine and feminine energy going on here. Someone who has a mental connection or someone who desires a mental connection with someone. The Queen of Swords energy, that way that this can resonate with all of you. She represents an energy of truth and clarity. She's a bullshit cutter. You know what I mean? She's very quick to cut off a person's head that's attached to bullshit or lies. You know, it's very hard to lie to the Queen of Swords. It's very hard to lie underneath the Libra full moon anyway because it's this judge and this jury energy. Could be a lawyer that some of you guys are dealing with. It might be either it's you or someone else. It feels like an intellectual woman that is going to come in. And now Mercury is in Aries, you guys. So you guys might be having some intellectual conversations or shared thoughts with people over this full moon cycle. So from now until May 20th, okay, until we have a full moon in Scorpio. But this is a message about your relationships. Clear communication, saying what you mean and meaning what you say, Aries. This is about your mind, what you say with Mercury for sure, what you're thinking and what you're saying. The bottom of the deck is the Hierophants. So some of you guys have a specific Taurus energy coming up. This looks like a conversation that takes place with a Taurus for some of you, but the Hierophant is also talking about faith, beliefs, tradition. There's some kind of conversation that needs to take place over this cycle of this full moon about commitment. There's a conversation here about commitment. There's a conversation here about what you believe, Aries, a traditional conversation about, you know, how things are going to go. Could be talking to a Taurus directly. Could be this is someone who's speaking to a counselor as well. This is a spiritual counselor. Some of you guys could be getting clarity from some kind of priest or some kind of mentor, counselor, therapist even. Now, this is for the Aries who are looking forward to communication. I'm looking forward to commitment, communication, commitment. I don't know. Some of you guys are committed to Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energies, okay? But this is about you speaking the truth before you commit to something, okay? I love this combination, the Queen of Swords with the Hierophant, because this is about commitment, you know? Now, this is Taurus season as well, okay? If you're not dealing with a Taurus or any of those other things, this is Taurus season. You know, stepping into Taurus season, which is happening pretty much right now on February 19th or tomorrow. You know, entering Taurus season, ready to talk about certain things with Mercury backing you up, a clear state of mind and even grounded. And we do have the Six of Swords, more air energy. Aries, some of you guys might be headed right towards a new love. Some of you guys might be doing some traveling with a child because we have new emotion here, okay, with this full moon. This is a full moon in your relationship. So some of you guys might need to, there's like a divorce energy here. Queen of Swords, Hierophant. Sometimes this is like seeking marriage counsel. I do feel like this is a marriage counselor or a relationship counselor, because someone here is about ready to move on to a new love, okay? So Aries, the message you're getting is the Queen of Swords, underlying energy, the Hierophant, committed communication, committing to something mentally, committing to the truth and telling the truth, speaking the truth. I love that energy. It makes sense because that's a Libra woman on the card. Okay? So hopefully that helps, Aries. Just tell the truth about relationships and speak your truth in the commitments you're involved in, okay? Especially if there's a Taurus or something like that. Speaking of Taurus, let's go ahead and move on to Taurus. What is the Libra full moon part 2 message for, for Taurus? Okay, interesting. Taurus, let's talk a little bit about this full moon before we reveal the cards. So Libra is an interesting sign for you, Taurus, because you guys are both ruled by Venus. So you guys are sister signs when it comes to sharing the same planet ruler. So this Venusian energy is obviously important, and I'll show you why here in a minute. But Libra is 6 houses away from you, Taurus. So this is all about your lifestyle, your relationships, the lifestyle that you have in favor of your relationships. How relationships and lifestyle go hand in hand. This is completing a cycle with that. You know, the 6th house is also the house of work and jobs. It's the house of services that you offer other people. So the services that you offer in your relationships, potentially in the balance of. So just know that this is about your 6th house, health, you know, lifestyle, work, service, things like that. Now, the first card that you had come out is the beautiful Queen of Pentacles. This is a great card. Now, it's really interesting. I just did the Aries reading, and they had the Queen of Swords. And you're getting the Queen of Pentacles. So, a lot of Queen energy coming up with this Libra full moon so far. And I love this because this is my Taurus woman card, my Capricorn woman card. Sometimes my Virgo woman card. But I get Taurus and Capricorn a bit more with these energies. So you're mastering something, Taurus, with this full moon, and this is a 6th house energy. You know, I was talking about work and lifestyle. So there is something here to consider about the security and the stability, which is Taurus words, you know. And again, let me just wish you guys happy birthday, you know, because it is almost Taurus season, and you guys are going into Taurus season feeling grounded, you know. You're gonna over this cycle of the full moon until the full moon in Scorpio in your 7th house. So as far as a 6th house reading with the Queen of Pentacles, this is about really grounding your lifestyle moving forward, Taurus, completing and ending any old cycles or relationships that don't resonate with your lifestyle, they don't understand you, things like that. Queen of Pentacles is very, very focused on the value of her home, the value and stability of the pentacle she's holding in her hand. For some of you, this is a job. But the Queen of Pentacles, to me, always reminds me of a woman who does laundry. She does the dishes. She's a very earth nurturer. This is the earth mother here. So, yeah, this is about mastering your own lifestyle and also stepping into the mastery of your own value, which is what you're about to teach all of us as the Sun and Uranus conjunct in your sign. So I'm actually happy to deliver this message because there's going to be something that grounds you over this cycle, Taurus, and it's very beautiful. Well, you guys got another card as well, which is quite interesting. We have the Queen of Cups. You're getting 2 queens, Taurus. So you guys are mastering not only earth, but water as well. Now, these are 2 women here, so I don't know if there's an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Very feminine energy, though. 2 very feminine vibrations. 2 women who are facing the same way and who are in deep thought about the mastery of the object they're holding. Mastering one's emotions, mastering one's finances, stability, security, and home life. To combine this message together, Taurus, I feel like this is the 2 aspects of who you are with this Libra full moon. A lot of emotion here. And this is about the emotion you feel about what card came out first, which is this Queen of Pentacles. This was the one that came out first, and then the Queen of Cups came out too. So not only are you mastering that very tangible, you know, physical realm that you represent as an earth sign, but you're also mastering the emotions that are attached to the stability of your home, right? To the stability of, you know, that life work balance basically that's coming up with the 6th house full moon for you guys. So you guys are in a place of mastery. You know, either way, there's 2 queens coming up here. So this is about stepping into your queendom. And 2 very nurturing women here, 2 very motherly women, someone who can nurture emotionally, someone who can nurture physically. You know, this woman's very understanding emotionally. This woman's very understanding as far as what a person needs physically. So I love this. Very beautiful queen energy. The bottom of the deck is the queen of all queens, in my opinion, the Empress. This is that Venusian energy that I was talking about, Taurus. that you're ruled by. This is a Libra woman, an Aries woman, a Taurus woman, but it's your ruling planet Venus. Beautiful. Look at all the feminine energy that's coming up. We have a very feminine vibration that's coming up for you, Taurus. The mother. Some of you guys are mothers are coming up, or you as a mother. Someone here might be even pregnant. Now, this is what just tripped me out, though, is underneath the Empress, we have the Emperor. This is a twin flame connection, a soulmate. This is a divine match, the divine masculine, the divine feminine, the father and the mother. Okay, so we've definitely got the father and the mother coming up here. Some of you could be dealing with an Aries, or this might be Aries season, stepping into your beauty. Someone here may have Venus in Aries. Yeah, lots of different stuff here. Okay, I just love that Empress and that Emperor, though, because underneath that is the Six of Wands. So some kind of relationship here that the Libra full moon is bringing into your lifestyle, Taurus, that is, you know, this person is a pretty good match for who you are. You know, they're the Emperor to your Empress. You guys both rule over empires. Okay, it's just, this is a match. Okay, this is a match. It's the father and the mother energy. A very beautiful woman, a very handsome man, like basically the king of all kings and the queen of all queens ruling right side by side each other. Okay, wow, that's definitely a potential relationship where you could raise children together, or at least give birth to something or someone. The two cards coming out again for you, Taurus, is the mastering of your own emotion, the mastering of your own physical, basically mastering the physical and the emotional realm. Beautiful, beautiful feminine vibration, even for the men watching. The men, y'all might have two or more options as far as women. Or maybe this is someone who's mastered both water and earth. Some of you have water and earth in your chart. I love it, Taurus. Sixth house energy. As far as your lifestyle, it's going to be better and more stable moving forward to sit on your throne and master what it is that you feel, and what is real and what you feel. You know, money, emotions, things like that. But this is definitely about sitting on your throne and looking pretty, moving into your birthday, Taurus. Happy birthday to you guys. You guys are looking really beautiful and really feminine. I love it. So let's move on to Gemini. What is the full moon in Libra part 2 message for Gemini? What is the full moon part 2 message for Gemini? All right, I did get a peek at the Three of Swords, so some of you guys could be dealing with, you know, heartbreak, separation. We had a card fly out though, and it's the Sun card. The Sun card. Here comes the sun. Doo -doo -doo -doo. Literally, Gemini, the sun is on its way to you. You guys got about a month until the sun enters Gemini. So the sun is actually going to be entering in your 12th house of subconscious, illuminating and turning on a huge light in a place in your chart that is usually dark and dreamy and hidden and secret. So when the sun enters your 12th house, it does cast a shadow. Like there's a bunch of light behind you, and where does that leave you, Gemini? But this is a specific Leo or a child for some of you guys. This is first of all, the Libra full moon is in your 5th house. Okay, 5th house of pleasure, creativity. What a beautiful card to come up for that. It is that 5th house of Leo, childlike energy. So I feel like this is about really embracing the inner child, Gemini, and, you know, focusing on clarity, enlightenment, warmth, abundance. This is the happiest, most positive card. You can tell, all tarot readers say it. This is a great card to have for the full moon in Libra, especially when it's in such a positive, you know, it's an air sign, right? Libra's an air sign, Gemini's an air sign. Libra and Gemini are both dual signs as well. So I think this is kind of a homey energy for you. The 5th house is about creativity. Some of you guys, this might be the birth of a child or the news that there's a child. But again, if not, this is about your inner child, Gemini. You know, something here is becoming enlightened with this full moon. Maybe it's ideas, you know, some kind of creativity. You know, getting this card for a 5th house full moon is pretty lit. So please pay attention to any ideas you guys are getting, anything like that. This is about happiness coming in, okay? It's just great, Gemini. Let's check out this second card that flipped out. The 6 of Pentacles, okay? So this is also about, you know, financial balance, equal give and take. Maybe even needing help from another person, because this is a charity card. So it's either you needing help or someone needing your help, Gemini. Probably because of something that has become enlightened or illuminated for you, because the sun here Could be a Leo again, but I feel like this is a huge message about this full moon actually happening very close to when the sun shifts right into your 12th house, from your 11th house to your 12th house. So, you know, I just want you guys to be aware of that. It's interesting that I said be aware of that, because I think the sun is about awareness. Okay, so there is a message here about, you know, balance financially, and, you know, coming into a happiness and an abundance where you finally realize that it's you know, this is a very Libra energy. You can see the balance in that guy's hand there. And with this card, for me personally, I always say the equal give and take. Like, no longer receiving crumbs to people who you've given so much to. Like, if someone gives you 50% of energy, you give them 50% of energy. If you give some, you know, making sure that no one's receiving more or less than another, or giving more or less. This could involve a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn for some of you, or it can involve money, finances, something tangible. But I love that Libra is kind of showing up here for you guys with the balance. So for some reason, this is also hitting Gemini in a way where you guys are going to be coming into a more balanced, equal give and take. So feeling more fair amongst people, like you're giving just as much as someone gave you. For some reason, this is like becoming enlightened about how to balance something more. Okay, how to make something more fair or something. But let's get to this bottom here, okay, because there's something interesting showing up. And it's the Seven of Swords, Gemini. So hidden agenda with this full moon. I don't like seeing that with the Six of Pentacles as a part of a message, because that could involve someone here who's lying, sneaking, cheating, stealing even. You know, there is this energy to watch out for. The Seven of Swords is an interesting card, though, because sometimes this is just a hidden agenda. You know, sometimes we have to take on this energy in order to keep something hidden, you know what I mean? And you guys are about ready to go through 12th house energy, so, you know, I'm not sure what this is going to mean for all of you. Just be careful not to be taken from, okay? This might be about taking some things back, you know what I mean? Or telling people, you know, like, look, I did this and this and this, that, and third, and X, Y, and Z, so, you know, you can't get something for nothing. Especially with Libra energy, it's definitely about equal give and take, fairness. Some of you guys could even be giving to charity because of some kind of happiness. You know, we have the sun here, so there's something really happy that happens over this cycle, maybe with a Leo. And it's like it puts you in a position where you're able to give back to communities, give to the less fortunate, Gemini. That's for some of you. Just be very careful of this Seven of Swords. And then beneath the Seven of Swords, we have the Queen of Pentacles. I don't like it. I don't like it. It could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn woman that's linked to this, or maybe it's just about finances, you know. But when I see something like this, when I see the Seven of Swords walking away from any pinnacle, be very careful of your money getting taken. Be very careful of hidden agendas financially or at work, okay? Especially because the sun is shining on equal opportunity for all, okay? Very interesting. Even beneath that we have the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so this is something that's happening at work, something that you've worked really hard on, Gemini, maybe even with your own hands. Like, this is an entrepreneur who makes their own money, who is still getting stolen from for some reason. And I know this is for you because the next card would be the Lovers. This is your card, maybe a choice, I don't know. And then the Five of Cups, and then the Ace of Cups. So some of you guys are, there's you or someone else. Speaking of relationships, here you fucking go. Someone here feels like lost, like they lost you, or you're feeling that way, Gemini. You know, this might be a choice to reconcile with someone, or to go with new love, because the Five of Cups is pretty focused on something that didn't work out, right? Either with you, Gemini, or this is your energy, a little bit depressed about love. Will I ever find love? And then, you know, right behind that guy in black, there is the Two of Cups. So I think this is a choice between old love and new love, or just expressing your feelings before someone leaves or something like that. I don't know, Gemini. There's that going on, and then there's also the energy I was just talking to you about. Be very careful, okay? Because I see that Gemini's been working on something. You have become the Queen of Pentacles, whether you're a male or female, which is someone who's stable. They've mastered. Someone here is working really hard at trying to master their own stability, like the Queen of Pentacles. That life-work balance could be a Taurus energy, you know. But there's still this energy of a hidden agenda somewhere around you, Gemini. And it's a lie, it's deception, okay? So moving forward with this Libra full moon, just make sure that it's balanced. be very careful not to give more than you're receiving or take more than you're receiving. Keep it balanced in the finances. You know, but the card that really came out for you, Gemini, is the Sun. So be prepared for that Sun to move into Taurus, your 12th house, which is going to illuminate your subconscious. It's going to give you enlightenment with your dreams and deeper feelings. That's going to be an end to a cycle. But it looks like there's a lot of light shined here on an equal give and take situation. This is just an underlying energy. So this could be something that happened over the past month. It's just showing up, okay? So hopefully that helped, Gemini. Let's move on to Cancer. What is the Libra full moon part 2 message for Cancer? What is the Libra full moon message for Cancer? Okay, Cancer. So this is in your 4th house, all right? You're a cardinal energy. Libra's a cardinal energy. So that makes you guys square each other, meaning there's 2 different actions that Cancer and Libra want to take. There's 2 different power struggles, you know, there's 2 different ways of being. And that's because Libra is relationships, Cancer is home and emotion, and so there is a compromise sometimes that needs to take place between family and relationships, or emotions and relationships, stuff like that, Cancer, okay? You are the 4th house in astrology, so the fact that you're going through 4th house energy with Libra, this is going to feel at home to you literally, all right? 2nd full moon in your 4th house, so this is another opportunity to complete certain things in the home environment, whether you're moving or just, you know, renovating or changing stuff in your home. This has to do with family as well. Cycles within your family and your foundation, Cancer. Your emotional foundation is what the 4th house is for me. So very interesting. You know, this full moon, this was 2 full moons that kind of squared you. So I feel like this is a second opportunity to compromise or to basically take note of some kind of conflict that might come up with a square. I always want to touch on that a little bit. The card coming out for you, though, is the 10 of Wands. So this is telling me that some of you guys watching are overburdened with something that you've been carrying for far too long, honey. The 10 of Wands is someone who is tired, okay? Metaphorically, emotionally, it's a Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy for some of you guys. But it's a burden. This full moon, the 2nd full moon in Libra for you, is about letting down any burdens, especially those burdens that are attached to family, home. Some of you guys have burdens in the home. This is emotional burdens coming to a completion. The 10 of Wands is an ending. It's a completion. It's not the 9 of Wands where you got another battle. It's not the 8 of Wands where you're like defensive or whatever. Or I'm sorry, when you're, you know, there's lots of different wands. The 10 of Wands is what I'm trying to say, is that it's the end. After this, Cancer, you go to the Ace of Wands, which is a new beautiful beginning of manifestation and power and passion. But first, there is these burdens that you're all going to have to put down, and they're different. There's at least 10 different things that you want to express. There's at least 10 different things that you're passionate about. And you want to always ask yourself, what amongst these wands belongs to another person? Because there's no way that you should be, you know, responsible for all this stuff. You know, this is the work of 3 people. So I want you guys to really look within, Cancer, especially because you guys are the North Node of Destiny. So be very careful. This is what the Leo King was talking about, carrying all this baggage into the new world, into a new life, into new relationships. Like this is baggage and burdens and something that's heavy, anything that feels like a heavy load or responsibility. That's what this 10 of Wands is talking about, and it is time to drop that, okay? The bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune, okay? A turn in events. So some of you guys are going to experience an ending to a cycle and a move in a more positive direction. This is that burden changing, okay? Could be dealing with an Aquarius, a Leo, a Scorpio, a Taurus, because we do have all the fixed signs on the Wheel of Fortune. This could be linked to Jupiter as well, going retrograde in Sagittarius. It could be a Sagittarius that you're dealing with. But yeah, this is, you know, burdens linked to your destiny that you need to put down. Like, this is something that the North Node really wants to turn your fate around, Cancer. But first, you know, this is a message about not taking any baggage with you into this new cycle of abundance. Now, this is what's trippy. Okay, remember how I was telling you the 10 of Wands is the last wand card, and then you move to the Ace? The next card after the Wheel of Fortune would be the Ace of Wands. So we literally, this full moon was an ending to something heavy. something's going to change over the next month, and you're going to start back at one with the Ace of Wands, some kind of new passion. This is literally an ending, and I love this for you, Cancer. I love this. Fire energy, fire linked to your destiny and, you know, events turning. We have the Page of Swords. So, yeah, and then that Eight of Wands that I was talking about, too. I was talking about the Eight of Wands. So there's some kind of message coming in very fast, Cancer. It could be linked to, you know, something here that's separated. Maybe it's unemployment. There is an Aquarius energy here coming back from the past, or some kind of inspiration coming back from the past. But yeah, that Three of Swords, someone who's heartbroken may message you across the internet or travel or something. You guys may receive messages about travel or something, but it's a new spark. Okay, this could be a new spark in a relationship, something manifesting. But remember, this is all about your fourth house. So I feel like this is talking about, you know, family relationships and certain burdens there. You know, certain burdens related to your mothers or your fathers, or if you are mothers and fathers, like lots of family relationships coming up here. I think that's where the burdens are coming from. Some of you may be dealing with, you know, your partner and your family, not like in-law situations. It doesn't matter, Cancer. This is about your burdens changing. This is about everything changing after you decide to release yourself from some kind of burden you've been carrying around. Okay, both of these cards talk about an end to a cycle, and the full moon is an end to a cycle too. For some of you, this could be moving. For some of you, you know, it's going to be different for all of you guys, but you absolutely have to release a burden so that you can allow all this destiny to kind of turn your fate around and change. Okay, this is a complete turn of events over this cycle. It is Jupiter as well. So wow, Cancer, very, very interesting message for you. Be wary of burdens in relationships, burdens in family, burdens in the home, okay, burdens when it comes to your foundation. But either way, you have the Wheel of Fortune. When that card comes out, you know, your fate is about to change. So beautiful message, Cancer. Let's move to Leo. What is the full moon in Libra part 2 message for Leo? What is the Libra full moon message? Okay, Leo. All right, Leo, let's talk a little bit before we get into the cards. This is the second full moon in Libra that you have in your third house. Second opportunity to complete a cycle when it comes to communication. This is your second opportunity to say something before the cycle ends. But what this is, Leo, is talking about the relationship you have with communication. This is also talking about communication in relationships, okay? When you communicate with your friends, you communicate with your mom, when you communicate with yourself, the inner dialogue, there is a relationship that's formed between you and speaking, Leo. So whenever a Leo speaks, because you guys are, Libra is your third house. So whenever a Leo speaks, there is a relationship that's formed. It's very important that you guys are communicating about relationships, and for those of you who are in relationships, it's very important that you're communicating your feelings, very important, okay? Because the full moon is all about feelings and emotions, and it's in your third house, so you guys got to be talking about how you feel, okay? Make sure you're communicating about your feelings throughout this cycle, because it's your third house. So it could be short distance travel that's going on here with the third house, but it's definitely your lower mind, okay? Leo, the card we have coming out for you is the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords. Cancer just got the Ten of Wands. So I do know that some of these 10 cards are showing up for us, for people, because this is bringing completions to things. Now, at first glance, this card looks a little troublesome, right? And it's because some of you guys are going through endings and pain and backstabbing energies, deception, betrayal, you know, but the Ten of Swords is bringing that to an end. We do have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius here with the swords, but since you guys are going through third house energy, which is communication, just like these swords, and since this is a Libra full moon, that's where the air is coming in here. We do have a lot of air showing up for you, Leo. So yeah, some of you guys are going to be going through painful endings in relationships, you know, and please know that if you do, it was outdated contracts. This relationship, if this was a Ten of Swords relationship, it was just meant to end because it was a karmic lesson, you know. The Libra full moon would never end a relationship that was harmonious or balanced. So please keep that in mind, those of you who are single or going through endings in any relationships, friendships ending. You know, maybe you guys are going to be doing some communicating about how you feel. You know what I mean? These are all swords. These are all thoughts of yours, Leo, and they're all stabbed into your back. You guys could be doing some communicating about, hey, that hurt. You know, like, this is me. I'm a Leo, and not me, but I'm saying for you guys, you could be saying like, you know, this is what I'm feeling, okay? Like, this is over. I just heard that. Like, some of you guys are going to be saying this is over. Ten of Swords is about the light at the end of a tunnel. You know, there's a lot of darkness up there with the Ten of Swords, but you don't want to forget that there is a light shining here. Okay, so there is a light that this Libra full moon is bringing to you guys as far as communication in your relationships, as far as some kind of ending or something like that. You know, this is rock bottom, but you guys are so close to the Ace of Swords. Okay, you have to go through the Ten of Swords before you can reach the very new beginning of the Ace of Swords, which is a new victory, a new truth, a new mindset, a new thought, okay, an ending. You have to let something end before you can begin, Leo. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Swords. Okay, so there's an underlying energy here of confusion, some kind of choice, some kind of crossroads. Some of you guys are very, very split down the middle about what to say. You know, this is someone who doesn't know really what to do or what to choose because there's a lot of pain here. You know, because of this painful ending that's going to happen between now and May 20th, you know, it's going to put you at a crossroads in your head. There's a decision here that someone doesn't really want to make because it's a painful decision. This is the Ten of Swords and the Two of Swords. Painful decision that may be important between now and the Taurus new moon, which is May 6th probably, because I do see a new moon here. All right, that's a new moon up there. Painful decision, a decision after an ending, and this is Two Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius for some of you for sure. You guys are really in your head. You're not really wanting to see something. You're shutting yourself off from what you feel so that you can make a gut decision, but you're really at a crossroads here about an ending. Now, some of you guys, this is about love because we do have the Knight of Cups. This is Pisces for some of you guys, or Cancer or Scorpio, but this is the Pisces card, so I do want to make that known. Others of you guys are just confused about feelings. You're confused about... There's a choice to make here in love. There's a choice because there is someone, whether it's you or someone else, Leo, that's coming forward with feelings. You might not be able to see that because you're focused on this choice with this ending over here. But there is someone here who's very romantic, okay? They're very charming. But there's a decision to make here. It could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn for some of you guys. Some of you guys are trying to offer your love to a King of Pentacles, which is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or a man who's very logical. It doesn't have to be these signs, guys. This is a love offer to someone who's very stable. They have a lot of money. They're a boss. They work a lot. They're very logical. Maybe it's an earth sign with Pisces energy, a Pisces with earth sign. But yeah, there's a cycle that's completing here for you, Leo. You're on this card. You're right down there with that Taurus. So it could be Leo and Taurus. I am seeing that. And then look, we have the King of Wands, which is a masculine Leo energy. There is a cycle you guys are focused on. This is the planet Saturn. And then we have the Three of Swords. So yeah, some of you guys are dealing with separation and feeling left out in the cold because of a cycle that... There's some kind of cycle or something like that that's come to an end. You could be dealing with a Scorpio, Aquarius, another Leo, or a Taurus. You know, you guys are focusing on ending a cycle of heartbreak. That's what Leo is focused on, ending a cycle of heartbreak. There's a lot to communicate here, Leo. I don't blame you guys, right? For maybe not saying all that you feel. But there is love here after a separation. There is, some of you guys are heartbroken. I do see that, but there is absolutely love here, especially if you're dealing with water signs or earth signs. Okay? Some of you guys are separated from earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But yeah, this is the message that came out for you, okay? There's a decision to make with this full moon cycle. You're very in your head, and I want you guys to know that you're in your head because Libra is the head. Libra, well, it's not the head, but Libra is all about the mind. It's an air sign energy. It's intellectual, analyzation, okay? And you're going through third house energy, so it's your lower mind. Try to keep it high vibe, okay? Try to keep it high vibe, Leo, because I know you're going through a lot. I know this is going to bring up certain endings and stuff like that, but, you know, this is all about rising above and seeing that light that you're ruled by. The sun is you, Leo, and that's what you are at the end of this tunnel for yourself, okay? So, you know, it's time to make up your mind about something that's ended. It's definitely time to make up your mind and choose a path for yourself. Make sure you're communicating the best of your ability, okay, around this time in your relationship. So hopefully that helped, Leo. A lot going on. Love ya. Let's move to Virgo. What is the full moon in Libra part 2 message for Virgo? What is the Libra? Oh, I just saw Scorpio, the death card. So yeah, some of you guys are going through sudden endings and beginnings, Virgo. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, let's just talk about this full moon real quick, and then we'll get to this very interesting card. Virgo, Libra is your second house of resources, possessions, things that you own, worth, and value. So this is about, you know, what you have in your relationships. I talk to you, I remember, because I love Virgo. Virgo is my opposite sign. So I do, you know, I do listen to the Virgo readings. I listen to all of them, but it's just significant with Virgo. So I remember speaking to you last month on the first Libra full moon about relationship possessions. You know, this goes for you and people who are dealing with you. For you, Virgo, the fact that Libra relationships is in your second house of owning, you know, it's about knowing that no one is truly yours but yourself. Like, you can't own a different person. You can't be, this is about possessive relationships for some of you. People who think they own you, stuff like that. But I don't think that's so much coming up anymore. It's just something I'd like to talk about with Libra as a second house, okay? This is about balance in relationships when it comes to what is yours, Virgo, and what is other people's. Okay, that's why Pisces is going through other people's stuff with this Libra full moon, and Virgo is going through what is mine. So it's very important that you know throughout this second cycle within a cycle, what is yours in your relationships, what is truly belongs to you in these relationships, valuing relationships, being in relationships with people who know your worth, know your value, you know, and who aren't possessive. Okay, Virgo, listen, you guys are going to have to let me know, but I am seriously 99% sure that on the first full moon in Libra, you guys got the Ten of Cups card. I'm pretty sure. So this is a Ten of Cups full moon for you guys, all right? An emotional completion, something, some kind of ending maybe to a happy home environment, but that's not usually what the Ten of Cups means. This is a beautiful relationship. Some of you have children. Some of you guys are in happy homes. Like, as far as a relationship in second house, this is about home environment, relationships, things that you possess. Wow, the Ten of Cups, like, it never confuses me, but for some reason I remember feeling the same way last month. So what is confusing about, because I'm an empath, so I'm picking up on your vibes, must be, Virgo. Like, are you guys confused too that you're getting the Ten of Cups? Especially those of you guys who are not yet walking in this energy. This can be a bit futuristic, but come on. The last full moon in Libra, you're getting the Ten of Cups. Now you're getting this has been a Ten of Cups cycle for you guys. So happiness emotionally, very important in your relationships. This perfect white picket fence home, Virgo. Yeah, for some of you, this is a very abundant, it could be with a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This is just water energy, so emotion. But when you're going through second house energy, Virgo, so this is about a home, the possessions in your home, moving in with someone maybe, but it looks good. It isn't ending. So you guys are very close to experiencing new love with an old soul for some reason. I am getting that. Bottom of the deck is the Eight of Pentacles. So here's your energy. This is making me feel a bit more logical. Some of you guys are putting in a lot of work with a relationship, or this could be had with a friend. This is a happy home environment. It's a beautiful relationship. It's a beautiful family situation. You guys are working a lot, putting in a lot of effort. Some of you guys work from home. I am getting that some of you guys make money. Some of you guys have a desire. Now, there we go. This is that Libra second house energy, your finances, your possessions. And it is coming up with, you know, some of you guys want to work from home. Now, let's get into it. The next card is the Lover's card, okay? Specific Gemini energy for some of you guys, but also a twin flame or a soulmate. There's a beautiful connection here that someone wants to put effort into still. You probably live with this person or want to live with this person, or you have children with this person. Something's going on here. Someone's working really hard at feeling emotionally complete in a relationship, or making someone else feel that way. But there is a choice here, Virgo, between two people, places, or things. It could be a choice that can affect your relationship, and it might have to do with work. You know, some of you guys work away from home. I do see someone here who, yeah, some of you want to work from home. That's some of you. And then the other half of you have to travel far away from home. So there's like this beautiful Ten of Cups situation that you're missing out on because you work a lot, not seeing your children a lot, not even seeing your lover or whatever. And that's the choice. I think there's a choice between work and home, happy home here with this Libra full moon, which is why it's coming up. Money and relationships, so important to you, Virgo. Why do you think you guys have so many choices all the time to make between love and money? Love and money. Venus rules love and money. What do we have here for you, Virgo? Love and money. And Libra is your second house of money, finances, and value, but it also brings up relationships. We literally have that here. So now I'm understanding why this is coming out, because this is a choice between family and work. Does that make sense? Others of you, this is just a choice between two people. It's a choice. Maybe there's a mountain. There's always an obstacle here with these two twin flames. There's always a mountain in between these two naked people. And that's because they're at some kind of a distance. There's an emotional distance to consider. There's a physical long distance. Somebody here is away from their lover and they're away from home too much because they have to work. Some of you guys work far away. There is the Five of Cups here. So for some of you guys, especially with the lovers and the Five of Cups, you may be mourning a twin flame relationship that is lost. Some of you guys, there's some kind of relationship that didn't work out, but there's the Two of Cups right behind you, Virgo. So there's always an opportunity for love, to reconcile with someone. And you guys do have the Ace of Cups here. You may need to travel for this love. I do see someone here, there's new love, there's a new child or something. There's a child here that's someone's traveling to see a child. Like, I don't know if someone left it, because the Ace of Cups can sometimes be a child. Okay, but it's also new love. Someone here, there's new love, and it's overseas. Okay, I'm picking up on a distance here. Okay, I'm picking up on so many. There's just at least 3 different scenarios here where there's distance and there's love. There's distance and there's love. Someone who works far away or something like that. Okay. So yeah, some of you guys are regretting a loss of a situation, but there's definitely love here. There's an opportunity to get back with someone old, Virgo, to reconcile. There's an opportunity to embrace a new feeling as well. But the card that's coming out for you, someone here is putting a lot of effort into either with a Gemini, a very beautiful relationship, or a twin flame for some of you. You're getting the 10 of Cups either way, Virgo, and I'm pretty sure you guys got this for the first full moon in Libra too. So your home environment and the happiness or lack thereof that you're experiencing in there, very important, and that's because there's a crossroads between money and work. I'm sorry, love and money and family and work. You know what I mean, Virgo? So second house, what is it that you possess? Do you want to possess? Can you balance both, Virgo? I'm not sure, but this full moon cycle is going to show you the happiest of homes. This is a beautiful card to get, and it's obviously important for you guys because it's coming up. So I don't know if some of you guys, there's money in a home environment, and there's also kids and family and relationship stuff. Woo, lots to balance out there, Virgo, but it is your second house. So do this knowing your worth, knowing what you deserve, knowing your value, okay? So hopefully that helped, Virgo. Let's move on to Libra. Libra, this is your full moon. What is the Libra message for the Libra full moon? All right, so Libra, first house full moon. First of all, I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you're watching this, and that you've survived 2 full moons, one at the 0 degrees Libra, one at 29 degrees Libra, one at the beginning of who you are, one at the end of who you are. So it's very interesting. I've been watching my Libra friends. I've been paying attention to Libra and what's going on in their life, what's going on in their relationships. I don't think people don't concern themselves enough with Libra in relationships. I always say this to you guys. You guys provide balance for other people's relationships. You guys provide harmony for other people's decisions. But when it comes to you guys, it's very, you know what I'm saying, Libra. So this is all about yourself. You're experiencing a full moon in your first house of self, personality, how you're seen to the world. This is the relationship you have with yourself, Libra. To have a Libra rising, or to be a Libra born in October, born around that Libra season, that means that the relationship you have with yourself, you have to balance who you are within these other relationships, especially those of you guys who find yourself being dual and actually turning into and mirroring your partners or friends or something like that. So I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about that because this is about your first house of self and the I am. I am balanced is what I just heard. Libra, the card we have coming out for you is the Four of Wands. So this is like a celebration. It's a marriage. It's a home environment. It's something good. Okay, I don't know if you guys are moving in with certain people or if there's stuff going on in the home environment, but I don't know why I feel like this is about like marrying yourself or let's see, my nose is running a little bit now. Four of Wands for first house full moon in Libra. Like, this is about the balance going on in your home. This is about a home environment for some of you. A marriage or a wedding. Some kind of anniversary coming up here for some of you guys. Or just celebrating. Celebrating who you are. Celebrating who you are and balance that you're feeling. Getting over these 2 full moons. Like, congratulations. You know, I can only imagine what it would feel like a Libra. Now, bottom of the deck is the King of Cups. Some of you guys are dealing with male water signs. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Could be female too. They might be masculine. But I do see an emotional marriage. Something, oh gosh. Wow, I didn't realize that. But the full moon in Libra was an emotional partnership. This is about emotional partnerships. And also mastering your emotions when it comes to your marriages, your partnerships, mastering your emotions, stable emotions in a home. Yeah, someone here is trying to remain stable. Now, this is a Scorpio for some of you. I see a Scorpio man here who's looking back at a home environment, whatever that means. You see that shifty eye in that Scorpio man? It can, for others of you, it's not that, but definite home environment coming up here, Libra, because now we have the Ten of Cups. So I don't know if there's 2 different home environments here that someone's trying to remain emotionally stable about, because, you know, one of these home environments might have children. One of these home environments are more crowded, because you do want to notice that there are people in the background of this celebrate. Like, maybe this is more of a party. This might be more of a party house. And then there's like, this is the difference between like a party house and a family house. Some of you guys, there's this house with family here, okay? And then there's this house that is more so celebration, or so you're more happy about one of these home environments than the other. Libra, quite a lot to balance here and quite a lot of emotion, but there's some kind of emotional mastery that's going on here. There is also the Lovers here for you, okay? So putting an effort into a connection, maybe it's a decision between 2 people, but Libra, you know, I feel like this is definitely about, this is a lot of emotion this full moon brought in for you, and you guys were really trying to remain detached and just and, you know, kingly. You're receiving the King of Cups, so there's something here. I definitely feel like there's water sign energy for some of you, especially with this. You guys might have your own water energy. But the card coming out is the Four of Wands, so celebrating yourself. Celebrating maybe literally with other people, and definitely a home environment. Let's see, Libra, Scorpios, Capricorn's your 4th house, and there is going to be retrogrades there soon. So I don't know what's going on with your 4th house. Some of you are dealing with a twin flame though, because I just remembered that this is the 1111 card. So yeah, some of you guys are dealing with twin flames, especially if you're dealing with a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So interesting, Libra. I don't know if some of you guys are committing to yourself, or if there's home environments or something to balance out there, but some of you guys are going to be celebrating something with this Libra full moon, and it's going to be something to do with you, a new job, just something. This is self-celebration I'm feeling for you guys, Libra. It's very happy. Others of you guys are obviously in unions, okay? Unions. And now these 2 always look like friendships to me. Looks like 2 women who are friends. So take that how it resonates, but I see a beautiful castle here. I'm feeling a new home for, I don't know why I'm picking up on some kind of new celebration with a home environment. Probably because even beneath here is the Ten of Cups, remember? So 2 different home environments, or a home environment that's transforming possibly. But I do know that there's an underlying energy here of you guys trying to master all the emotion that you're feeling. With this 2 full moons in your 1st house, yeah, you're even going to appear emotional to other people. You know, I think you guys are going to be celebrating how you're seen personality-wise and rising sign-wise, because that's the 1st house, the rising sign, home of the ascendant. So very interesting, Libra. Beautiful message though. It's a significant relationship for some of you guys, moving in with certain people, changing home environments, happiness, celebrating. Maybe you're celebrating with a Taurus because their birthday. Maybe you celebrated with an Aries. Maybe you're just celebrating, you know? There's a lot to celebrate right now, especially because there's all these shifts going on in the universe. So, I'm happy to see you celebrating with this full moon cycle between now, well, remember on March 20th, and from March 20th to April 20th to May 20th, there's this huge cycle. I'm guaranteeing some kind of celebration between now and then, Libra. For some of you, it is a new home environment. For others of you guys, it's a marriage, it's a commitment, it's a twin flame. So thanks, Libra, and happy full moon to you guys. Let's move into Scorpio energy. What is the full moon in Libra part 2 message for Scorpio? What is the full moon in Libra part 2 message for Scorpio? Interesting. So Scorpio, let's hold on. This is where the shift happens right here, because then we're getting into, so it's different for you. It's different for you, especially because this full moon was at 29 degrees. I always see bugs when I talk to you, spiders, weird. All right, anyway, this moon was at 29 degrees Libra, which is basically 0. If there was a 30, there is no 30 degrees in astrology. There's this weird cusp of 0. So 29 degrees Libra and 0 degrees Scorpio, they're very similar. So the fact that this moon was so, like, you guys felt this energy. I don't think you guys might not know what's going on right now, but you feel something. You feel something, you know what I mean? It's coming up in Taurus season, which is the sun is going to be opposing you. Lots of relationship stuff coming up, for you anyway, Scorpio, because we have the Libra full moon, which is relationships. And then right after the Libra full moon, we have Taurus season, which for you is your 7th house, okay? So Libra, though, is the sign right before you. Libra is your 12th house. It's 12 signs away from you. It's the sign right behind you. It's your subconscious, dreams, spirituality. The house of sacrifice and undoing. This is your second opportunity to complete a cycle, to undo something. Whenever you go through the 12th house energy, for one, you're sleeping. You have to be asleep to access the 12th house fully. You don't have to, you can always astral travel or but it's a sleeping energy, it's a dreamy energy, it's a fantasy-like energy, it's a Pisces energy. It's kind of like illusions and stuff like that, but it's very deep energy subconsciously, okay? So yeah, guys, this is definitely about completions of cycles subconsciously, and this is about subconscious relationships for you, Scorpio. You guys have the relationship and justice and the law and all of that in your subconscious, okay? So very interesting. 12th house full moons, this is taking an area of your life that is usually hidden and secret and dark and just turning on a bright light. All of a sudden, a room that you used to walk in with blindfolds on, the blindfold is snatched off and you're like, oh my God, so you guys could be starting to dream about certain stuff over this cycle. I don't know how you guys' dreams have been, but when we go through full moons in the 12th house, first of all, it could be very hard to sleep because there's a light on in your subconscious. So can you sleep with the light on? Some of you guys might want to if you're having really creepy dreams or something, but yeah, I am feeling that this is about the relationship you have with your subconscious, and subconscious relationships you have with people in the dream realm, the dream state, if you're dreaming about any lovers or anything like that. And then finally, I feel like this is about balance subconsciously, balancing out your subconscious before the next full moon, which is going to be in Scorpio. So please get ready, you guys, for the full moon in Scorpio. That's going to be a game changer anyways, because y'all don't come to play. You're a water sign. I'm ready. So anyways, let's get into these cards. I just had a lot to talk to you guys about, probably more to say too, but it's interesting. We have the Hermit, which is a specific Virgo energy. Very interesting. A couple signs ago when I did Virgo, they got a Scorpio. Well, I seen that card briefly. So Virgo received the Death card, and now Scorpio's receiving the Hermit. Some of you are dealing with a Virgo or something like that. And if you're not dealing with a Virgo, then this is talking about being in your solitude, which I would be too if I was going through a 12th house full moon, because too much of deep subconscious stuff comes up, especially for you, Scorpio. You're already deep, already subconscious, being ruled by Pluto. So, you know, Scorpios might be kind of behind the cut right now, kind of chilling in the background behind the scenes, you know, trying to be wise about stuff. When there's this much depth to things, there's 2 full moons in your 12th house. You know, I feel you because I'm a Pisces. I'm going through 2 8th house full moons. You're going through 2 12th house full moons. So those energies are very similar, Scorpio Pisces energy. But anyways, Scorpio, yeah, you guys might be feeling a little bit more introverted, more solitude and isolated. It could be kind of lonely for some of you guys. Really on your own a lot. A lot of time spent on your own over this full moon cycle. We have 2 cards coming out though. We have the 6 of Pentacles coming out. And it's pretty interesting. I think maybe, no, Gemini received this. I was going to say. But yeah, this is about equal give and take, especially if you're dealing with a Virgo, or maybe you're isolating yourself from certain people, places, and things that you know are no longer balanced and fair. This is a good energy to come up for the Libra full moon, because Libra rules love and money, and this is money, physical. This is earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Isolating yourself from anything that is not balanced, okay? Because you guys are busy reflecting right now. This is about going inwards from now until the Scorpio full moon. You know, this is a card of sometimes asking for help, you know, receiving charity, money, things like that. Could be dealing with a Libra or earth energy. But yeah, Scorpio, you know, moving forward with this Libra full moon, you're going to really understand balance, especially subconsciously. Like, you guys are really understanding this all. You guys are major players with this full moon in Libra, because it was basically a full moon in Scorpio, like very close to your guys' first house. So, you know, basically, this is about no longer accepting breadcrumbs from people who are not giving you exactly what you're giving, right? Like, if you give somebody 50%, they need to give you 50%. You don't want to give 100% to someone who's giving 0. You don't want to give 90% to someone who's only giving 30. Like, it's just not fair. And Libra is all about fairness, especially if you're dealing with earth signs. Like, especially if you're dealing with money and people owe you money. Like, this is a charity card. There could be a Virgo link to the situation where there's like breadcrumbs being given, or, you know, I don't know, guys. It's going to be different for all of you. But if it's not a Virgo, then this is about really turning your back on financial injustices for some reason. You know, this is for some reason coming off to me as a very subconscious card right now, going inward and reflecting and being wise. You know, some of you guys need to be told to be very wise over this moon cycle, okay? Because you need to be very wise about what you're giving away, Scorpio, okay? Or about what you're receiving, because with Libra energy, you can't get something for nothing. And you can see here, there are people in this card who are kind of in a less fortunate position. And, you know, there's the man in the middle who's dressed nicer and he's got the balance scale. I think that's you guys. But he is giving breadcrumbs to that person on the ground. So what I always say with this card is just the 6 of Pentacles exchange. If you give me X amount of something, I'm going to give you X amount of something. No one's receiving or giving more than the other, you know, and that's what you're being wise about. There is a very wise, charitable energy. This is Scorpio energy. I'm being very wise about what I give of myself away, especially because you guys are ending cycles and starting, you know, the full moon and Scorpio cycle very soon. All right, so you guys might just be isolating yourself and being more wise, reflecting on what it is that you've given. This is a 12th house Libra energy, reflecting on what you've given away and what you've received back. Some of you guys by the end of this might realize, hey, I gave you 6 pentacles and you gave me like a little bit of crumb. No, that's not wise. You know, that's not fair. That's not balanced. Bottom of the deck is the Sun card. Okay, could be dealing with a specific Leo. This is the most positive card in the deck, so there is awareness and happiness here. Some of you guys have children. You know, this is a child energy, or your inner child. Very good card to receive. It's enlightenment. Maybe it's the Sun moving into Taurus, but we do have the 10 of Wands with it. So there is some kind of a burden that you guys are going to become aware of, probably linked to this Hermit and the 6 of Pentacles, what you're giving away to others. All right, some of you guys are just giving your time and your space away. It doesn't have to be money. It's anything you value, and you're reflecting on that, right? But yeah, this is about the light shining on a burden that you need to put down, Scorpio, okay? Probably in your relationships, you know, probably a subconscious burden. Yeah, the Sun in Taurus is going to show you where you're carrying too much. You see how that's kind of coinciding? These are all different cards, but even this message here is kind of sounding similar to that message. someone carrying too much or carrying more than the other person or giving more, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, anything that isn't balanced is going to become a burden to you, and it's going to be very clear to you, Scorpio. We have the Wheel of Fortune here with the Ace of Wands. So there's going to be also a turn of events where there's new passion that comes in because of some kind of truth or message or spy. But yeah, light being shined on burdens for sure. And the two cards that came out for you is the Hermit once again and the Six of Pentacles. So reflecting on the value of balance. Reflecting on the value of balance and the value of what you have and what you're giving away, Scorpio. So hopefully that helped. You know, it's always interesting reading for 12th house energy because it's intuitive, it's subconscious, it's hidden. So that's what the spirit and energy is allowing me to reveal to you. I know you're going through much, much more, Scorpio. But, you know, just do what you can to get ready for the full moon in Scorpio in your first house next month, because you are ending a lunar cycle. This is the ending to something emotional. And by the time you have the full moon in your first house, you're going to be starting a new cycle. Okay? So hopefully that helped. Let's move to Sagittarius. Sagittarius. What is the Libra full moon part 2 message for Sagittarius? What is the Libra full moon part 2 message for Sagittarius? Okay. Interesting. So, we have a card falling out. It's quite weird. Sagittarius, Libra is your 11th house of groups, friends, community, wishes, stuff like that. So what I always say with people who are going through 11th house energy is you want to times this energy by 11. So not only are you going through 2 full moons, a cycle within a cycle completing with your friends, groups of people, communities that you live in, collective energies. This is the internet and everything that involves groups and stuff. So yeah, wow. 2 collective full moons. You guys are probably buzzing. All right, we have the Knight of Swords. If you're watching on YouTube, then you know that this Knight of Swords was made important at the beginning of the video. So this is a Gemini. This is your opposite signs energy, Sagittarius. This is a Gemini that you guys could be dealing with. If it's not a Gemini, you guys could have a Gemini friend, because this is the 9th house of friends. Now, I do want to pause here real quick, Sagittarius, and talk to you a little bit about friends and relationships. The fact that you have Libra, the ruler of relationships and astrology, in your 11th house of friends, there is a fine line being made here between friends and lovers. Lovers and friends, lovers and friends. Okay, so there could be certain friends that are lovers, a little bit more extra feeling there going on, or there could be lovers that, you know, okay, maybe we're not meant to be, you know, let's just be friends. Stuff going on like that, Sagittarius. Just know that on the zodiac wheel, it makes sense that friends and love, relationships with your friendships are coming up here. For some of you guys, this is about friendships, especially if you have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius friends, okay? But the Knight of Swords, aside from all that, if you're not dealing with a Gemini or a Libra and Aquarius, this is an energy you're probably taking on. It's a very quick energy. It's a quest. It's a knight. So every knight is on a quest to deliver a message of truth. And this is an air energy. So the Libra full moon could really be making you guys want to charge forward. And especially because Mercury is in Aries, which is your 5th house. So you guys could be wanting to communicate romantic feelings or something like that. You know, but this is a very fast and collective energy. The bottom of the deck is the 10 of Pentacles. So I don't know if you guys are charging away from a career, or if you're charging away from a family situation, if you're charging away from the very serious future of the next 10 years. Some of you guys, this is representing the long term. There's an underlying energy here of something in the long run. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. Some of you guys could be charging away from money and career, and Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, because there isn't an energy here where there's a career that's making someone travel. There's like a career opportunity that someone feels is right across seas. It's a ship that's waiting to come in. Very futuristic energy coming up here with the 10 of Pentacles and the 3 of Wands. It might even be causing some conflicts. 5 of Wands here. Okay. So very interesting, all right? Knight of Swords, communicating things very quickly over this next moon cycle until the full moon in Scorpio next month. A lot to say, huh, Sagittarius? A lot that you're thinking. Now, this is the advice here is to act quickly. The Knight of Swords says, go ahead and charge forward and think about it later. Like, here's what I have to say, you know, here's my quick truth. You know, look at how he's one of the fastest moving nights. So some of you guys could be, with all this collective Libra energy, you could be very thinking like at a mile a minute, like thought, and even your thoughts have thoughts that have thoughts that have thoughts, you know what I mean? Like lots of thoughts here, and not just thoughts, but actually basically like thinking something and wanting to say it very quickly, charging forward into a more direction of truth, or charging forward in a more truthful way, I should say. But you're on a quest, Sagittarius, okay? And let me just say, Jupiter is retrograde. And that doesn't really have anything to do with like anything like this. I think the Jupiter was sextiling the full moon in Libra though. So you guys kind of it's kind of a more positive aspect with the Libra full moon. But just know that your ruling planet, Jupiter, which is in Sagittarius, is retrograde until August. So there is much to expand on here, okay? When it comes to the past and reflecting on expansion, reflecting on knowledge. That's a different story though. I just wanted to share that with you guys. The Knight of Swords is about moving quick. Okay, it's about saying things quick. It's about making up your mind quick. It's quick, fast, and in a hurry. Okay, some kind of quest, some kind of battle, maybe even for some of you guys. But wow, it's very fast movement, very fast thinking energy. This could be a friend of your guys, or this could just be, you know, the collective energy. Because I want to relate this to relationships with the collective. Your relationship with the collective, Sagittarius. So be very mindful of internet stuff. Saying things on the internet, you know what I mean, Sagittarius? It might bring up battles. I do see some conflict here. And then the underlying energy again was like waiting on this money. Someone's waiting to secure the bag across the way. Someone here, there's a home environment where they have to travel for a career or home. Maybe there's family that someone's going to visit and they might be kind of far away or something like that. Because I do see travel here to family. I do see travel here for a career or travel for a home environment, but there is conflict. There is something that needs to change, Sagittarius, about the way people are expressing themselves, especially if this isn't about a home environment, okay? Earth energy, fire energy. Underlying energy is that Ten of Pentacles, though. So here's your message. Something that you've waited on for 10 years, or something you're waiting on now for the next 10 years. That you're rushing towards, if that makes sense. You know, I do see the Ten of Pentacles, so this is about the long run. Rushing towards stability in the long run, something like that. But I look at this Knight, he's kind of rushing out of that home, out of that career. So I don't know, Sag. The best thing I could tell you is to act quickly, or this is just what you're doing anyways, you know, Sagittarius. You have a lot of energy and stamina. So yeah, there could just be something that's said very quickly to you or by you. You might make up your mind, and you know, someone here is not really worried about the consequences. They're just going to say what they need to say. They're going to go where they need to go, and they're going to think about it later. So hopefully that helps, Sagittarius, with this full moon in Libra part 2. Let's move to Capricorn. What is the full moon in Libra message for Capricorn? I don't know. Okay, we have the Emperor here and the Six of Wands. So somebody is victorious as a boss. Someone here, there's an Aries. Someone's getting attention from an Aries. I don't know. Bottom of the deck is the Six of Pentacles. I don't know. I keep saying, I don't know. What don't we know, Capricorn? All right. That's for some of you. A victorious father figure, attention from a boss. Okay. Ooh, that is right up your alley, isn't it, Capricorn? Getting attention as a boss, getting attention as an authority figure. Let's talk a little bit, all right, Capricorn, before I shuffle. This is your 10th house, this Libra full moon, all right? So it does square you guys. You know, the only thing that could compromise the government, the next 10 years, the legacy of somebody is the law. So, you know, there is this unspeakable conflict that happens between Libra and Capricorn, just like there's a conflict that happens between Cancer and Libra. Okay, so this energy is squaring both Pluto, both Saturn and Pluto were making kind of a square to this full moon. So our karma, death, even transformation, karmic transformation was something that was needing to compromise. Like there was karma, Saturn and your sign, like, but this is what we need to do, and this is karma, these are my boundaries, and Pluto's like, and this is what needs to die, and this is what is deep underneath this. And then there's Libra that was 90 degrees away from you saying, well, I understand that, but I'm not necessarily willing to compromise that, because this is the law. And Capricorn doesn't know what to do when someone says this is the law, because it's like, so the karmic law of destiny was something I channeled yesterday. I don't know, guys. I just want you to know that this full moon, these two full moons squared you, bringing up conflict and compromise with karma and law and death and justice and stuff like that. But let's go ahead and get you a message. This is your 10th house. Ooh wee. I knew it was that Queen of Pentacles. All right, though. All right. Let's just take this slow. 10th house energy, Capricorn. You are the 10th house, okay? This is about career. This is about the future. This is about your legacy, the next 10 years. It's very career energy, though, okay? Social status. Let's get this going, all right? You guys know the 10th house, that legacy, your career legacy, stuff like that. It's a very financial energy, but it's a very long term. The 10th house is about long-term longevity, like not something that's just going to last for a little bit. Like, no, this is something secure for a while, baby. Like, so we have the Queen of Pentacles, which I should have just followed my gut instinct, because when I first started shuffling for you guys, I did see her. And this is my Capricorn woman. For those of you men watching, though, too, it could just be a feminine energy, but it's earth, okay? It's that earth, and you're going through 10th house, so this earth is like really important. Could be a Taurus woman for some of you, or a Capricorn woman. This is also a Virgo woman, but to me this is a Capricorn woman or a Taurus woman. You know, it's both to me. I love the Queen of Pentacles. This is talking about, actually Taurus received this as well. So the earth signs are really thinking about their stability, and you know, Taurus season is coming in. Taurus is your 5th house. It's going to be a very creative energy for you. You're going to feel the ground beneath your feet again, Capricorn. Oh, I know you've been waiting. So this is that serious energy coming in, getting serious about this pinnacle you're holding, your money, your values, your worth. Taurus season is going to bring it out. You might have a significant Taurus woman coming up here. But the Queen of Pentacles is the mother of earth. She's very concerned with the security and the stability of her home. She cooks, she cleans, she does the laundry. So someone here plays that role, okay? But they also have all this work stuff, all this career stuff that they're going through. This is a career message for you. This is about the relationship you have with your career, Capricorn. You know, a lot of people like to throw shade and make fun of Capricorn for working so much and for always having all these responsibilities. It comes with the whole thing, okay, Capricorn? So the fact that Libra relationships is your 10th house of career, this is about the legacy of your relationships. This is about who you're with now. Are you want to be with them for the next 10 years? Can you guys build a business together? Do you guys have a business executive responsible relationship, Capricorn? Do they understand, you know, how serious you are? Do they appreciate the things that you do? You know, do they appreciate the things that you value? Let me just be real with you, all right? I'm going to show you these cards and how they came out. Same message that came up for Gemini. This message came up for Gemini as well, okay? But it's a little bit different for you. The Queen of Pentacles came out first and the Seven of Swords came out second. So I'm going to tell you guys like this. I want you guys to be very, very, very careful about deception and people around you who are taking money from you, okay? This is, let's talk about the Seven of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy here. A hidden agenda, deception, sneaky, cheating, lying, stealing energy, okay? And it's probably going on at work or in the home environment, because this is the Queen of Pentacles linked. But this is a Capricorn woman, right? And this fool, basically, this Seven of Swords guy, he's looking back. He's not even watching where he's going with the stuff that he just stole. And he's doing it in broad daylight, all right? This is someone who pays very close attention to their bank account, you know what I mean? And there might be some energy here that where there's a deceptive I don't know if this is a deceptive earth sign or Capricorn. This might be since this came out with you, this might be an energy of you. You might need to take on this Seven of Swords, okay? This is an energy that we need to take on sometimes when we're coming for everything that's ours. You know, this is Capricorn coming for everything that's theirs because of all the hard work you've done. You know, all the serious, you know, the responsibility, the ambition, all the mountains you've climbed. Like, this is a very serious full moon for you because it's in your 10th house and you are the 10th house, okay? So balance in the career, but for real, be careful. Watch your money, Capricorn. Watch what's going on at the career. If there's any theft or lying, stealing, don't involve yourself with it, okay? Because I would hate for your legacy to be interfered with because of these people that ain't watching what they're doing. They ain't being careful. They're taking money and stuff like that or something like that. Nah, your back is turned to the Seven of Swords. You're focused on your value, your worth, your money, but the Seven of Swords is walking right towards you. So I don't know if this is something you guys need to take on, a hidden agenda. Some of you guys just have a hidden agenda financially, okay? Meaning that you have hidden plans for your money, if you know what I mean. And that's cool, okay? But for those of you who aren't resonating with that, you want to be careful of this Seven of Swords, this deception, okay? Because Libra is all about the truth and justice and balance and fairness. And the Seven of Swords is not a card who cares about any of that. So just be careful of deception financially. Someone could be lying about money. Someone could be lying in a home environment, or just simply taking something that doesn't belong to them. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Pentacles, Capricorn. So there is new beginnings in the career, new ways of making money. I feel like if you're making money, that's going to be multiplied. Like you're going to hear, Capricorn, here's more money. Here's more of that pinnacle that you're focusing on here. All right. That's why it's very important that you're not deceived or letting someone take it from you, because if you were to do that right now, you're actually letting someone interfere with your karma and your legacy. You know, you're building a legacy. Every Capricorn I know is concerned with building a legacy that'll still be standing in 10 years, right? So this is more of that coming in. It's a gift from the universe with this full moon in Libra over this cycle. Something real, something physical and tangible coming to you that you need. If it's a house, it's a house. If you need a car, it's a car. If you need more money, it's money. This is literally a gift from the universe's hand. I don't like the fact that someone could steal this from you. This is the second time this has come up for you, Capricorn. Be very careful of financial deception, because this is something that could be easily taken from you. And I feel bad for whoever acts like that, because you are protected by karma, especially when Saturn's retrograde. Okay, the next card is interesting. It would be the Two of Pentacles. So we have the Ace and the Two. This is the 1 and 2. So because of something new that comes in throughout this cycle, Capricorn, you're going to be juggling. This might be another job. And could you decline it, Capricorn? Could you really decline more money at this point when you're going through this very 10th house energy that you're comfortable with? So some of you guys just can't say no to this thing that you need. It's money or something. And then it makes you have to choose. This makes you have to choose between something. You're juggling a little bit between two people, places, or things, okay? For some of you, this is a second career. What the hell? I mean, I love you guys, but some of you guys are trying to balance two careers and you have to make a decision, okay? You're very stressed out financially, and then boom, this Pentacle comes in. I do want to reveal the Leo card, though. Could be dealing with a Leo in this situation, or a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or a Scorpio. We've got a few signs coming up. These people might be important, especially when you're going through hidden agendas. You know, Scorpio, Leo, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy important. Something coming in though for you, Capricorn, that'll lead to a choice financially. It'll lead to some kind of juggling or something like that. But just keep your eyes open, okay? You know, don't focus too much on your career to the point where you're not seeing the deception happening behind your back, Capricorn, in your relationships. You guys have such a strong relationship with the future and with the career that sometimes you forget that there's a person sitting right next to you with their hands on something that's yours. Okay, very serious energy there, Capricorn. Hopefully that helps. Let's move on to Aquarius. What is the full moon in Libra part 2 tarot message for Aquarius? Okay, I seen the Chariot. So we got a Cancer and a Virgo and a Leo for some of you guys, and a Taurus. A lot of major arcana, a lot of people, Aquarius. So this Libra full moon is happening yet again in your 9th house. So this is a second opportunity to learn something, Aquarius. This is the second opportunity to study something, the second opportunity to complete a cycle within a cycle of your beliefs. This is a second opportunity to travel. This is a second opportunity to expand, to be your own philosopher. So Libra's 9 houses away from you. You learn the most from relationships, Aquarius, and that's because you're very collective. The fact that Libra is 9 houses away from you, you learn the most from relationships. This is why you like to study relationships. This is why relationships are an adventure to you, because relationships, Libra, is 9 houses away from you. So this is about the relationship you have with your beliefs, the relationship you have with adventure and studying, teaching energy. Whenever you go through the 9th house energy, you're studying and you're learning and you're teaching all at once. It's really interesting here what's coming out for you, Aquarius. We have the Hermit, we have the Sun card, we have the Hierophant. Virgo, Taurus, Leo, and then we had a very slight view of the Chariot, which is Cancer. So I don't know if some of you guys are just being a little bit of introverted. Maybe you're going inward to study. Maybe you're reflecting on something. Maybe you're isolating, being a little bit more introverted. This is you in your solitude. We do have the sun here, so we have Virgo and Leo, cusp of Virgo and Leo. There might be a Virgo child here for some of you guys. Someone has a Virgo sun or something like that. But yeah, there's something here that you can become aware about, Aquarius, in your solitude. This is solitude enlightenment. Enlightenment through isolation. Isolated enlightenment. You know what I mean by that? Studying alone. Learning the best on your own. I do see some of you guys are pulling back a little bit to be that hermit, that solitude. Like, you guys are becoming aware of so much. You know, the sun card is happiness, okay? There is happiness here. And then the Taurus card. So I'm not sure if someone has, this is the sun in Taurus. There is a message here about the sun moving into Taurus. And when that happens, you guys pulling back a little bit to isolate yourself. Probably because your ruling planet is going to meet up with the sun in Taurus. And that's going to be felt by all Aquariuses because it's your ruling planet. And Taurus also squares you guys, okay? So I want you guys to prepare for the sun in Taurus to square you. It's nothing bad or anything. It's just, you know, certain compromise or certain conflict coming to a surface. There is a very happy commitment here. You know, some of you guys are in marriages. Some of you have a Taurus son or a Taurus daughter, a Taurus child, or a Virgo child. I do see a Virgo and a Taurus, which is both earth signs. You know, very interesting, weird, strange message, Aquarius. I think there's going to be awareness, okay? You guys went inward. You guys were in your solitude. You became aware of something about tradition. You became aware of something about beliefs. I don't know if you guys are speaking to spiritual leaders or spiritual counselors, a priest, some kind of mentor, but it's like going inward and speaking to this official, it may help you become enlightened. Bottom of the deck, though, is the Five of Cups. A lot of us are getting the Five of Cups for this Libra full moon, and I think that's because this full moon is not without its regrets. It's, you know, some of us are going to be reflecting on emotional relationships that didn't work out. But I want you guys to know, those of you who are feeling a little bit more depressed, you know, there are two cups behind you still, Aquarius. Maybe one of these cups belongs to this Virgo, this Taurus. I do see a commitment here with a Leo or a Virgo. Something of those sorts, okay? The Hierophant, the Star, and the Hermit, all major arcana. So to be honest with you, this full moon was definitely something major for you guys because you're not getting any minor arcana except for your underlying energy. You have the Six of Swords and the Five of Cups. Someone here might be regretting leaving a situation. I do see regret here and sadness, feeling loss. And it has to do with the Six of Swords. Someone who moved on with a child or someone who left a situation because it was too emotionally chaotic. This is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So someone here might be regretting the loss of someone who moved on. It could be you who moved on, Aquarius, but we have the Wheel of Fortune for you as well. It's been showing up for people because of Jupiter and Sagittarius. Some kind of spark that Jupiter is going back into the past to expand on. But yeah, first there's, like, if there was someone who left or something like that, Aquarius, if there was somebody that moved on from a situation, there is an opportunity for that person to come back and reconcile. You just have to turn around and kind of see that, okay? You have to stop focusing on the negative emotion of what didn't work out in this situation, especially if you're dealing with a Leo, Taurus. Some of you guys are also dealing with Scorpio, Aquarius. All the fixed signs are, you know, on here, and I didn't realize that Leo and Taurus are part of that fixed clan, okay? And then we've got a Virgo hanging out here, so I don't know if some of you guys are just happier on your own. You might realize that with this relationship stuff. Some of you guys are just committing to your own happiness and isolation. There we go. I feel better about that interpretation. Someone who's happier on their own here, you know, someone who's completely okay in their own solitude, and, you know, they'd rather commit to their own happiness on their own, okay? So very interesting, Aquarius. There's a lot to learn here. You know, this is also a learning energy. So it makes sense you're going through ninth house energy with the Libra. So remember, this is about your relationships with teachers in school, and, you know, your relationships being more of an adventure, more expansive, you know, stuff like that, Aquarius. Really interesting ninth house Libra, studying relationships and stuff like that. That's kind of coming up here in the cards. So very interesting. Some of you have a Virgo, Leo, or a Taurus combination. So that would be interesting here to see what's going on there. But I just feel like there's something to be expanded on, and there's something to study here. But there was also an underlying energy of regret, loss, moving on, so that something can change and something new can spark. Okay, definitely a Virgo for some of you. Let's move on to Pisces. What is the full moon in Libra part 2 message for Pisces? What is the Libra full moon part 2 message for Pisces? Libra full moon part 2 message for Pisces. Libra full moon part 2 for Pisces energy. Interesting. Okay. So Pisces, this is the second full moon that we have in our 8th house. So the 8th house is quite interesting house. It's kind of hidden. It's dark. It's the house of secrets, intimacy, sex, transformation, death, rebirth, other people's resources. So this is the second opportunity to complete a cycle within a cycle that has to do with any of those things. You know, it's an intimate cycle that we've been going through. March 20th was the first one. So very interesting here, very intimate. It's very transforming. You know, this is the second opportunity to transform. All right, Pisces, we have the King of Wands coming out. King of Wands, specific Leo man. It could be an Aries man or a Sagittarius man as well. But this is the King of Wands, someone who has mastered passion, mastered fire. So it's really interesting. We could be dealing with it. Now, this is a relationship message. Some of us there could be intimacy here to consider with this King of Wands over this full moon cycle, because we are going through the 8th house of intimacy and shared resources. This could also be the energy that we're taking on, though, Pisces. The King of Wands. Someone who has mastered a vision, okay? Or maybe this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius has something to do with the transformation we're going through. This very intimate transformation that we're going through. I think this, for some of us, this might be energy we have in our chart, or just energy that we're taking on with this Libra full moon. Some of us are in relationships with Kings of Wands, Leos, Aries, Sagittarius. It doesn't have to be, though. It could be someone who is very expressive, very passionate. Bottom of the deck, Page of Pentacles. And then what I pick up with it, the Two of Cups. So some of us here are dealing with Leo specifically. Leo specifically. Now, let's talk about this Page of Pentacles first. This is a message from an earth sign, probably, or some kind of newfound value that we've discovered with this cycle. Bottom of the deck, Page of Pentacles. So when you put it like this, of course my dog would want out of the room right now as I'm on the Pisces reading. But yeah, this is earth sign and fire sign energy. Sorry about that. Jesus, it always happens to my Pisces. So bottom of the deck was the Page of Pentacles. It could be a realistic offer from a fire sign that comes in with this Libra full moon. Pisces, this is interesting. Okay. Page of Pentacles. So there is an underlying energy of a realistic message, whether this is us, that we found some kind of seed, some kind of newfound value, something like that. Very, very interesting here. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Could be earth sign, fire sign energy. But we also have water and air. I'm not kidding you. We have fire, earth, air, water, and air all here. So, you know, you could be dealing with any of the elements. So what I'm seeing here for you, Pisces, with this 8th house, I mean, I knew it would be kind of an interesting message, because this is a very deep full moon for us. It's the 8th house of intimacy and it's a death, you know what I mean? A second opportunity to complete a cycle within a cycle when it comes to death. So now this King of Wands is facing a different way than this Page of Pentacles. See how that Page of Pentacles is pretty much, this is a relationship offer for some of us. I'm not sure if it's an earth sign that's offering it, but with the Page of Pentacles and the Two of Cups, it just looks like some kind of message coming in about, you know, reconciliation maybe. It could be a Leo with that, because we have two indications of Leo here with the Lion. Okay, a Lion, a Leo with water energy. Now Pisces, this full moon, some of us definitely went through separation and then reconciliation, because we have the Two of Cups and the Three of Swords. So definitely could be a relationship separation for some of us. And I'm telling you, you could be dealing with fire, earth, water, air. It's all here. But I do see that very, very blatantly, that there was a separation and there was a choice to make maybe between two people. Maybe this was a choice to get back with someone after betrayal or third parties, maybe, because the Three of Swords sometimes is a third party. But then there was this offer, right? And I think it might have to do with a fire sign for some of us. It's very interesting, Pisces. You're going to have to use your own intuition about this as well, because this is an offer to get back together after a heartbreak. Okay, there's like a third party here. Some of us are dealing with multiple people. And then we have at the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Wands, my Sagittarius card, and right underneath that is the Temperance. So some of us are dealing with Sagittarius energy for sure. There could be conflict and arguments and battles. I do see certain battles and arguments, Pisces, in a home environment, unfortunately, or in a marriage. A lot of marriage fights, battles, conflicts. Something needs to change. Something needs to change here about communication for sure. Because someone here has a final battle to fight. Maybe it's about being patient before we move forward passionately with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Definitely Sagittarius there. And this is also twin flame sometimes. Balance, okay? But Pisces, yeah, there's definitely a heartbroken Sagittarius for some of you guys, or just a separation from a twin flame, and then the opportunity to choose to get back with that person maybe. I mean, this here is definitely separation, and then, hey, are we going to get back together type of thing. And then bottom of the deck for the whole message was the Page of Pentacles. So this is a message coming in, maybe from an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Either way, Pisces, this full moon is all about secrets coming to the surface. So even as I'm reading for us, I do feel that kind of secretive energy of us not revealing everything. So I'll just keep it at this. We do have a King coming out. Masculine energy is very important to Pisces throughout this whole Libra full moon in the 8th house, you know, intimacy with masculine energy, stuff like that. Potentially offering a fire sign something, or a fire sign, I don't know, communication with a fire sign. I'm gonna let you guys figure that out. So very interesting, Pisces. We always are mysterious, aren't we? Especially when we go through stuff like 8th house energies. We don't need another excuse to be more secretive or more, you know, elusive. You know, Pisces are very mystical. So let's go ahead and get one last message for the collective for this Libra full moon part 2. What is the collective message for all of us together? Wow, that's interesting. So the card that just popped out is the Death card. So a lot of stuff coming up here, guys, for this message here. The first thing I really thought about is how the full moon in Libra was basically a Scorpio full moon. So we don't forget that Scorpio is behind the scenes in the subconscious, dwelling within the subconscious realms of this Libra full moon. And this is about getting ready to completely transform, die, and become reborn next month when the full moon is in Scorpio. Specific Scorpio energy, you guys want to just watch what Scorpio's doing. I mean, their card is the card coming up for the whole full moon in Libra message, telling me that this is sudden endings and beginnings, new beginnings with this Libra full moon. This is about transformation and rebirth, you know, shedding old skin, you know what I mean? But this is the card for Scorpio. And then the underlying energy is the Four of Cups. So, you know, some of us might be left not feeling very emotionally available throughout this transformation. It might be a little bit, you know, we might be hesitant to accept offers from people during this dying stage. Okay, but I love that the Death card came out for the whole entire collective. If I can say anything about this full moon in Libra, it is going to end and begin certain things. You know, we're definitely all going to be feeling the energy of this scorpionic energy too. I'm telling you, this is about the Libra full moon being at 29 degrees. But, you know, with the Four of Cups, it's about our emotional foundation changing, and also offers coming in randomly. So keep in mind that this Death card is here as a message for this Libra full moon to kind of transform. Like, that's very interesting. I'm going to do my own. I'm going to read up on the Death card because this Libra full moon is really transforming. That's why there was 2 of them. Alright guys, so thank you so much for watching my second full moon in Libra video. I think this is a really intense cycle, especially for our relationships. I hope all the messages were beneficial and helpful in some way or another. So let's see here. The next new moon will be in Taurus, so I'm going to do a new moon for that. I'm going to have a lot of other videos coming out with the planets. So I guess I'll see you then, guys. If I don't see you then, I'll see you on the next full moon, which is going to be in Scorpio. Bye.